Have you ever wondered why some people seem to radiate happiness no matter what challenges they face? What if the secret to a joyful life lies not in external circumstances, but within our minds? Imagine waking up every day feeling calm, centered, and truly happy, regardless of life's ups and downs. This video will explore how Buddhism teaches us to cultivate happiness from within, transforming our lives in ways we never thought possible. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in stress and anxiety. People often chase after material possessions or achievements, believing that these will bring them lasting happiness. But have you ever noticed how fleeting those feelings can be? Just like a beautiful sunset, they fade away, leaving us yearning for more. What if you could find joy in the simple moments of everyday life instead? As we delve into the teachings of Buddhism, you'll discover practical wisdom that can help you find joy in the present moment. For example, think about a time when you felt truly content, perhaps while enjoying a cup of tea or spending time with a loved one. Those moments remind us that happiness is often found in the simplest experiences. Welcome to Wisdom Woven, where we unravel the threads of ancient teachings to help you weave a happier life. If you find value in our content, please support us. There are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribe. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. In this video, we will explore transformative insights from Buddhism that can guide you toward a happier life. From understanding the nature of happiness to embracing mindfulness and compassion, each part will equip you with the tools you need to foster a lasting sense of joy. Stay tuned, as these teachings may just change the way you view happiness forever. Understanding the nature of happiness in Buddhism, happiness is often thought of as a destination, something we chase after like a butterfly in a garden. We believe that once we achieve certain goals or acquire material possessions, we will finally be happy. However, Buddhism teaches us that happiness is not a destination but a state of mind. It's about understanding our own nature and the world around us. To grasp this concept, let's consider the story of a traveler. This traveler wanders from place to place, seeking happiness in every new city, every new experience. Each time they arrive somewhere new, they feel excitement, but it quickly fades. They realize that no matter how many places they visit or how many things they acquire, they always feel a sense of emptiness. This traveler learns that true happiness cannot be found outside of themselves. It must come from within. In Buddhism, happiness is often linked to the idea of dukkha, which means suffering or dissatisfaction. The first of the Four Noble Truths states that life is filled with dukkha. But here's the enlightening part. Understanding this truth allows us to see where our happiness truly lies. When we accept that suffering is a natural part of life, we can stop chasing after fleeting pleasures that only lead to more dissatisfaction. So, what does this mean for us in our everyday lives? It means we need to shift our focus. Instead of looking for happiness in external sources, we can begin to cultivate a sense of contentment from within. This can be done through mindfulness, self-awareness, and acceptance of our emotions. It's about recognizing that happiness isn't something we find, it's something we create. Think about how often we let our happiness depend on our circumstances. When everything goes our way, we feel great. But when life throws challenges at us, our happiness crumbles. This is because we often attach our sense of self-worth to external events. Buddhism invites us to let go of this attachment. When we realize that happiness is not tied to our circumstances, we free ourselves from the constant ebb and flow of life's ups and downs. A beautiful practice in Buddhism is to simply observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment. This means allowing ourselves to feel whatever we are feeling, sadness, joy, anger, or peace, without trying to change it. By practicing mindfulness, we learn to sit with our emotions and understand them rather than running from them. This helps us realize that emotions are temporary. They come and go like clouds in the sky. Now, let's consider the concept of impermanence. Everything in life is transient, from our feelings to our experiences. This understanding can bring us immense peace. When we acknowledge that nothing lasts forever, we can enjoy the present moment without clinging to it. If we are feeling happy, we can cherish that joy, knowing it won't last forever. Similarly, if we are sad, we can find comfort in the fact that this too shall pass. Another vital aspect of understanding happiness in Buddhism is the practice of gratitude. When we focus on what we have rather than what we lack, our perspective shifts. Gratitude opens our hearts and allows us to appreciate the small joys of life, like a warm breeze, a smile from a stranger, or a delicious meal. By cultivating gratitude, we create a sense of abundance within ourselves, leading to a deeper and more lasting happiness. So, how can we practice this understanding of happiness in our daily lives? Here are a few simple techniques. Mindful breathing. Take a few moments each day to focus on your breath. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly. This practice helps center your mind and allows you to become aware of the present moment, bringing you back to a place of calm. Daily reflections. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect on what you are grateful for. Write down 3 things that made you smile or feel content. This simple act can change your outlook on life. Embrace change. Whenever you face a challenging situation, remind yourself that it is temporary. Reflect on past difficulties that seemed overwhelming but eventually passed. This practice helps foster resilience and acceptance. Letting go of expectations. Recognize the tendency to hold on to expectations about how things should be. Allow yourself to be open to whatever comes your way. This will help you find peace in uncertainty and disappointment. Practice compassion. Extend kindness not only to others, but also to yourself. Acknowledge that everyone struggles and that it's okay to have difficult days. This compassion fosters a sense of connection and understanding. By exploring these concepts, we can begin to shift our perspective on happiness. It becomes less about external achievements and more about internal acceptance. When we understand that happiness is rooted in our thoughts and attitudes, we empower ourselves to create a joyful life, regardless of the circumstances we face. In summary, the nature of happiness in Buddhism teaches us that true contentment is found within. It's about understanding ourselves, embracing impermanence, and cultivating gratitude. By adopting these practices, we can learn to create our own happiness, letting go of the pursuit of fleeting pleasures. The journey to lasting happiness begins with this profound understanding, overcoming desires and attachments. In our journey toward happiness, we often encounter desires and attachments that can weigh us down. Have you ever felt that tug of wanting something? A new gadget, a bigger house, or even a specific relationship? It's natural to have desires, but Buddhism teaches us that clinging to these wants can lead to suffering. Let's explore how we can overcome these attachments to find true happiness. Desire itself is not the enemy. It's the attachment to our desires that creates a problem. When we tie our happiness to obtaining certain things, we set ourselves up for disappointment. Imagine wanting a new phone, thinking it will bring you joy. You might feel excited at first, but soon, the thrill fades, and you're left wanting the next best thing. This cycle can leave us feeling empty, always searching for something outside ourselves to fill the void. Buddha spoke about the concept of tanha, which means craving or desire. It's the insatiable thirst that makes us believe we need more to be happy. Instead of pursuing desires endlessly, we can learn to observe them without attachment. This is like watching clouds drift by in the sky. They come and go, but they don't have to disturb your peace. A helpful practice is to reflect on your desires. When you notice a craving, pause and ask yourself, why do I want this? Is it because you genuinely need it, or is it a temporary want that will soon fade? For example, you might desire a luxurious car, but if you think deeper, you may realize that what you truly seek is a sense of status or recognition. Understanding this can help you see that the root of your desire may not be what you originally thought. Another key aspect is to practice gratitude. When we focus on what we already have instead of what we lack, our perspective shifts. Try keeping a gratitude journal where you write down things you appreciate each day. This simple act can help you cultivate contentment. You might realize that the love of friends, a cozy home, or even a warm cup of tea can bring immense joy. Meditation can also assist in overcoming attachments. When you sit quietly and focus on your breath, you create a space between your thoughts and feelings. During this time, you may notice desires arising. Instead of acting on them, you simply observe. This practice of mindfulness helps you understand that thoughts are temporary. They don't define you. Buddhism encourages us to cultivate a mindset of non-attachment. This doesn't mean we can't enjoy life's pleasures. Instead, it teaches us to appreciate them without relying on them for our happiness. Imagine eating a delicious piece of chocolate. Savor it. Enjoy every bite. But recognize that the joy you feel is not solely dependent on the chocolate itself. It's your experience of the moment that matters. Moreover, consider the impermanence of all things. Everything in life is temporary, from our possessions to our relationships. When we truly grasp this truth, it becomes easier to let go of attachments. Think about a favorite toy from your childhood. It brought you happiness, but as you grew up, it lost its significance. This is the nature of life. Everything changes. Embracing impermanence can free us from the heavy burden of attachment. In relationships, we often attach ourselves to others, thinking they are the source of our happiness. While love and connection are important, relying solely on someone else for your happiness can lead to disappointment. Instead, practice self-love and recognize that your happiness comes from within. When you feel complete on your own, your relationships can become more fulfilling and less dependent. Finally, remember that the journey of overcoming desires and attachments is ongoing. It requires patience and practice. Celebrate small victories along the way. Every time you notice a craving and choose to observe it rather than act on it, you are taking a step toward freedom. You're learning to be the master of your mind instead of letting desires control you. In summary, overcoming desires and attachments is crucial for lasting happiness. By understanding the nature of our cravings, practicing gratitude, meditating on our thoughts, and embracing impermanence, we can find peace within ourselves. Happiness isn't about having more. It's about appreciating what we already possess and letting go of the need for constant acquisition. Embrace this wisdom, and you will uncover a deeper, more enduring happiness in your life. The power of mindfulness and present awareness. In our busy lives, we often find ourselves caught up in thoughts about the past or worries about the future. But what if the key to happiness lies in being fully present right now? This is the essence of mindfulness, a powerful practice taught in Buddhism that can help us appreciate life more deeply. Mindfulness is all about paying attention to the moment without judgment. Imagine sitting quietly and simply noticing your breath. Inhale slowly, feel your chest rise, and exhale gently, letting go of any tension. This simple act brings you back to the present, grounding you in the here and now. It's a wonderful way to connect with yourself and your surroundings. When we practice mindfulness, we start to notice the little things that bring us joy. Maybe it's the warmth of the sun on your skin or the sound of leaves rustling in the wind. Each moment is filled with beauty and wonder if we just take a moment to look. Think about the last time you truly savored a meal. Did you notice the flavors, the colors, the aroma? Being mindful allows you to experience these joys fully, making them even more special. In Buddhism, there's a saying, "Wherever you go, there you are." This reminds us that no matter how fast we run or how far we travel, we carry our thoughts and feelings with us. If we're constantly distracted, we miss out on the richness of life. Mindfulness helps us slow down and appreciate our experiences instead of rushing through them. Practicing mindfulness can also help us respond better to challenges. When difficult emotions arise, instead of reacting impulsively, we can take a step back and observe our feelings without judgment. This creates space between the event and our reaction, allowing us to choose a more thoughtful response. For example, if someone frustrates you, instead of lashing out, mindfulness encourages you to pause, breathe, and consider how you truly want to respond. Let's take a moment to consider a daily life example. Imagine you're on a walk. Instead of scrolling through your phone or thinking about your to-do list, focus on the sensations around you. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Notice the colors of the flowers and listen to the birds singing. This practice not only brings peace, but also allows you to connect with nature and the world around you. Mindfulness also teaches us to be kinder to ourselves. Many of us are our own harshest critics. We replay mistakes in our minds and worry about what others think. But when we practice mindfulness, we learn to treat ourselves with compassion. Instead of saying, "I can't believe I messed that up," we can acknowledge our feelings and say, "It's okay. I'm learning." This shift in perspective fosters a sense of acceptance and peace. Additionally, mindfulness encourages us to appreciate the present moment instead of constantly seeking happiness in the future. Often, we think, "I'll be happy when I achieve this goal," or "I'll enjoy life once I have more money." However, happiness is not a destination. It's a way of being. By focusing on the present, we unlock the joy that already exists in our lives. One simple technique to cultivate mindfulness is through meditation. Even just a few minutes of meditation each day can have a profound impact on your happiness. Find a quiet place, sit comfortably, and close your eyes. Focus on your breath, letting go of distracting thoughts. If your mind wanders, gently bring your focus back to your breath. Over time, this practice can help you feel more centered and at peace. Another way to incorporate mindfulness into your daily routine is by practicing gratitude. Take a moment each day to reflect on what you're thankful for. It could be as simple as enjoying a warm cup of tea or having a conversation with a friend. Acknowledging these moments helps us cultivate a positive mindset and appreciate the abundance in our lives. As you begin to embrace mindfulness, you might notice that your relationships improve as well. When you're fully present with others, you listen more deeply, respond more thoughtfully, and create stronger connections. Imagine sharing a laugh with a friend, truly savoring that moment together. Being present allows you to build meaningful memories that last a lifetime. Lastly, remember that mindfulness is a journey, not a destination. It's okay to have days when your mind feels scattered. The key is to be gentle with yourself and keep practicing. The more you incorporate mindfulness into your life, the more you'll discover its transformative power. In conclusion, the power of mindfulness and present awareness is a gift that can lead to lasting happiness. By cultivating this practice, we learn to appreciate the simple joys in life, respond to challenges with grace, and nurture deeper connections with ourselves and others. So, take a moment to pause, breathe, and fully embrace the present. Happiness is waiting for you right here, right now. Cultivating compassion and kindness. Compassion and kindness are like gentle rain nourishing the roots of a plant. Just as a plant needs water to grow, our hearts need compassion to thrive. In Buddhism, compassion is more than just a feeling. It is an active desire to help others and relieve their suffering. But how can we cultivate this beautiful quality in our daily lives? Let's start by understanding what compassion really means. It goes beyond sympathy or pity. Compassion involves recognizing that everyone experiences pain and hardship. When we see others struggling, we connect with their suffering and want to ease it. This connection creates a bond of understanding and warmth. Think of a time when you saw someone in distress, perhaps a friend going through a tough time or a stranger in need. How did you feel? Did you wish you could do something to help? That feeling is compassion calling you to action. To cultivate compassion, we can practice simple yet powerful exercises. One effective way is through loving kindness meditation, known as medabhavana. In this practice, we focus on sending love and good wishes to ourselves and others. Start by finding a quiet space to sit comfortably. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Begin by repeating phrases like, "May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I live with ease." After a few moments, expand your focus. Picture a loved one and repeat the phrases for them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. Gradually, extend your compassion to friends, acquaintances, and even those you find challenging. This simple practice helps open your heart and strengthen your feelings of kindness. Compassion is not just about what we feel, it's about what we do. Each day presents countless opportunities to practice kindness. It could be as small as holding the door open for someone, offering a smile, or listening to a friend in need. Acts of kindness create ripples that can brighten someone's day. Consider how a small gesture, a compliment, a helping hand, or a warm word can transform another person's moment. In our busy lives, it's easy to overlook these opportunities. But by being mindful and present, we can train ourselves to recognize them. Each time you feel the urge to react negatively to a situation, pause. Ask yourself, how can I respond with compassion? This simple question can guide your actions and help you build a habit of kindness. It's also important to practice self-compassion. Many of us are our harshest critics, holding ourselves to impossible standards. When you make a mistake or feel inadequate, try to treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend. Remind yourself that it's okay to be human and imperfect. Embrace your feelings without judgment and acknowledge that everyone experiences struggles. The more we cultivate compassion for ourselves, the easier it becomes to extend it to others. Self-compassion allows us to recognize our shared humanity, which deepens our ability to empathize with those around us. When we realize that we all face challenges, we can respond with love and understanding instead of anger or frustration. Buddhism teaches that compassion is a powerful force for change. When we act with kindness, we not only uplift others, but also elevate ourselves. Engaging in compassionate acts can enhance our own happiness and well-being. It creates a positive feedback loop. The more kindness we give, the more we receive in return. Additionally, being compassionate helps reduce our own suffering. When we focus on others' needs, we often find a sense of purpose and fulfillment that distracts us from our worries. It can shift our perspective, allowing us to see life's challenges through a lens of gratitude and appreciation. Incorporating compassion into our daily routine doesn't require grand gestures. It's often the small, consistent actions that create the most significant impact. You might consider keeping a gratitude journal where you jot down moments of kindness you experienced or witnessed each day. Reflecting on these experiences can strengthen your appreciation for compassion and inspire you to continue spreading kindness. Another practice is to engage in community service. Volunteering your time or resources to help those in need not only benefits others, but enriches your own life as well. It connects you with your community and reminds you of the importance of compassion in action. As you cultivate compassion, you may also encounter challenges. Sometimes, it can be difficult to feel compassion for those who have hurt us or others. In these moments, remind yourself that everyone is on their journey, dealing with their pain and struggles. Acknowledging that their actions may stem from suffering can help you foster compassion even in challenging situations. Finally, remember that compassion is a journey, not a destination. It takes practice, patience, and commitment. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Each step you take toward being more compassionate adds to your growth and happiness. In conclusion, cultivating compassion and kindness is essential for a fulfilling life. By practicing loving-kindness meditation, engaging in small acts of kindness, and developing self-compassion, we can create a positive impact on ourselves and those around us. As you embrace compassion, you'll find that happiness flourishes naturally, lighting up your life and the lives of others. So, let your heart guide you and watch how compassion transforms your world. Embracing impermanence and letting go. In life, change is the only constant. Everything we know, every feeling we experience, and every moment we cherish is temporary. This truth is central to Buddhist teachings, and embracing impermanence can be a powerful way to find lasting happiness. By recognizing that nothing lasts forever, we can learn to appreciate the present moment and release our attachments to people, things, and even our own emotions. Think about a beautiful flower blooming in spring. It captures our attention with its vibrant colors and sweet fragrance. But as the seasons change, that flower wilts and fades away. Instead of mourning its loss, we can celebrate its beauty while it lasts. Life is just like that flower, full of moments that come and go. When we accept that impermanence is a part of life, we free ourselves from the fear of loss and disappointment. Let's take a moment to consider our own experiences. How often do we hold on to past events or emotions, wishing we could go back or change what happened? Perhaps there's a memory that brings you sadness or regret. Holding on to these feelings only weighs us down and prevents us from fully living in the now. By recognizing that these feelings are temporary, we can learn to let them go. Letting go does not mean we stop caring or forget our experiences. Instead, it means we accept them for what they are and allow ourselves to move forward. In Buddhism, this practice is called non-attachment. It encourages us to enjoy life without clinging to it, knowing that everything will eventually change. When we let go of our need to control every aspect of our lives, we open ourselves to new possibilities and experiences. Another aspect of impermanence is the understanding that our thoughts and emotions are also temporary. One moment, we may feel joyful and content, and the next, we might be filled with anxiety or sadness. Recognizing that these feelings will pass can help us respond to them with more patience and understanding. Instead of getting swept away by negative emotions, we can observe them like clouds passing through the sky, knowing they will eventually clear. In our relationships, embracing impermanence can deepen our connections with others. When we accept that every moment spent with loved ones is precious, we become more present and engaged. Instead of taking time for granted, we learn to savor each interaction. This shift in perspective can strengthen our bonds and create more meaningful experiences. Let's consider a simple exercise. Next time you're enjoying a moment with a friend or loved one, take a pause. Look around, take a deep breath, and truly appreciate the experience. Notice the sounds, the smells, and the feelings in your heart. Remind yourself that this moment is unique and will never happen again. By being fully present, you cultivate gratitude and joy in your life. In Buddhism, meditation is a key practice for embracing impermanence. During meditation, we learn to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment. This practice helps us develop awareness of how fleeting our emotions are. Over time, we train our minds to remain calm and centered, even when faced with life's inevitable changes. By meditating regularly, we can develop a sense of inner peace and acceptance that carries us through life's ups and downs. When we learn to embrace impermanence, we also develop resilience. Life is filled with challenges, losses, and changes, but by accepting that nothing is permanent, we become better equipped to handle whatever comes our way. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by difficulties, we can approach them with a sense of curiosity and openness. We understand that even tough times will pass, and brighter days are ahead. In practical terms, embracing impermanence might involve changing how we view our possessions. Many of us hold on to items because we believe they hold sentimental value. While it's natural to cherish memories, it's essential to recognize that our attachment to physical things can lead to clutter and emotional baggage. By letting go of items we no longer need, we create space for new experiences and opportunities in our lives. Consider a closet full of clothes that you haven't worn in years. Each piece may carry memories or represent a time in your life, but if they no longer serve you, it might be time to let them go. This simple act of decluttering can bring a sense of freedom and lightness. It serves as a reminder that our happiness does not depend on what we own, but rather on our ability to enjoy life as it unfolds. Embracing impermanence can also enhance our spiritual growth. As we learn to let go of attachments, we create room for deeper insights and experiences. We become more open to learning from life's lessons and less resistant to change. This openness fosters a greater connection to the world around us and helps us cultivate compassion for ourselves and others. As we navigate through life, remember that every ending leads to a new beginning. When we face loss, whether it's the end of a relationship or the passing of a loved one, we can choose to see it as an opportunity for growth. Each experience, even the painful ones, carries valuable lessons that contribute to our journey. In conclusion, embracing impermanence and letting go can lead to profound happiness. By accepting that everything is temporary, we learn to appreciate the present moment, strengthen our relationships, and develop resilience in the face of challenges. Each day is a gift, filled with unique experiences waiting to be embraced. When we let go of our attachments and embrace the flow of life, we open ourselves to a deeper sense of joy and fulfillment. Remember, life is like a river, constantly flowing and changing, and it is in that flow that we can find our true happiness. Embracing impermanence and letting go. Welcome to an important lesson, one that touches the very heart of Buddhist wisdom. Understanding impermanence and learning the art of letting go. Life, as we all know, is full of changes. Nothing stays the same forever. Not our experiences, not the people around us, not even the thoughts in our own minds. We often resist change, clinging to things we wish would last forever or fearing what may come. But in Buddhism, we learn that impermanence is not something to fear. It is, in fact, a source of freedom and even happiness. Think of a river, constantly flowing, always moving. If we try to hold on to one part of it, it slips right through our fingers. Yet, we can admire its beauty, we can feel its refreshing coolness, and we can find peace in its endless movement. Life is just like that river, always in motion, always shifting from one moment to the next. Trying to hold on to one part only brings frustration and disappointment. But if we accept that it flows, we can learn to enjoy the journey. When we cling to things, whether it's relationships, achievements, or possessions, we set ourselves up for suffering. In Buddhism, this clinging is seen as one of the root causes of our unhappiness. We attach ourselves to the idea that things will stay as they are, and when they inevitably change, we feel pain. But letting go doesn't mean we stop caring or stop enjoying life. It means we appreciate things as they are, without demanding that they last forever. It means finding joy in the moment, knowing that the moment is precious because it won't last. Imagine holding a beautiful flower. You don't cling to it because you know that it will fade in time. You admire it, you enjoy its fragrance, but you let it go when it withers. In life, this gentle touch, this letting go, can be applied to everything we experience. By doing this, we protect ourselves from the pain of attachment and open ourselves to a deeper, more lasting happiness. Consider, for example, our relationships. We often want people to stay the same, to act in ways that make us happy. We may wish for a friendship or relationship to remain unchanged, but people grow, they evolve, and sometimes they move in directions we didn't expect. If we cling to a version of them from the past, we may feel sadness, anger, or frustration. But if we embrace impermanence, we can accept the changes and find new ways to appreciate them. This doesn't mean we love them any less. It means we love them with an open heart, without the need to control or restrict them. Now, let's think about our own personal experiences, moments of joy, success, or excitement. Often, we want these moments to last forever, and we may even try to recreate them. But the truth is, every moment is unique. The joy you felt last week, that peaceful walk in nature, or that meal with loved ones cannot be recreated exactly. Rather than trying to hold on to these memories, we can be grateful for them and let them go. This way, we make space for new experiences, new moments of joy. Embracing impermanence can also be deeply healing when it comes to difficult emotions. When we feel sadness, anger, or frustration, it can be comforting to remember that these feelings, too, will pass. Just as a storm moves through the sky, our emotions move through us. They don't last forever. By understanding this, we can learn to sit with our emotions, experience them fully, and then let them go without letting them define us. This brings a sense of peace and allows us to face life's challenges with resilience. In Buddhist teachings, letting go is like releasing a heavy burden. Imagine carrying a large bag filled with stones, each stone representing something you're holding onto: a worry, a regret, a desire, a fear. With each step, the bag feels heavier. But when you start to let go of each stone, one by one, you feel lighter and lighter. This is the gift of impermanence. We can let go of what we don't need, finding freedom from unnecessary burdens and opening our hearts to joy. You may wonder, if I let go, won't I lose what makes life meaningful? But letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means approaching life with openness and trust, knowing that each moment, whether joyful or challenging, is part of the journey. By letting go of our need to control, we actually become more open to life's beauty. We experience a deeper connection to the world around us, finding meaning in the present moment rather than in clinging to the past or fearing the future. Meditation can be a powerful tool in learning to embrace impermanence. When we meditate, we observe our thoughts as they come and go, like clouds passing through the sky. We don't hold on to each thought or try to stop them from appearing. We simply watch, letting them drift away on their own. This practice helps us understand that our minds are constantly changing, just like everything else. By becoming comfortable with this flow, we learn to let go more easily in our daily lives. As you go about your day, take a moment to notice the small changes around you. Perhaps a flower blooming, a child growing, or the way sunlight shifts throughout the day. Each change is a reminder that life is constantly in motion. When we embrace this truth, we free ourselves from the weight of expectations, finding peace in the present moment. Letting go is not something we do all at once. It's a practice, a gentle, ongoing process. Each day, we have opportunities to release something, a thought, a worry, or a fear, and make space for peace. The beauty of impermanence is that it allows us to live fully. Knowing that nothing lasts forever, we can appreciate what we have right now with all our hearts. Embrace each moment, love deeply, and let go with grace. This is the essence of living with an open, joyful heart. Impermanence, then, is not a loss, it's a gift. It reminds us that each moment is precious, that each person in our lives is unique, and that each experience is a treasure. By letting go, we don't give up happiness. We actually welcome it into our lives in a deeper, more profound way. Embrace change, release your fears, and find peace in the flow of life. The role of gratitude in Buddhist practice. In our journey towards lasting happiness, one of the most powerful tools we have is gratitude. In Buddhism, gratitude is not just a fleeting feeling. It's a deep, transformative practice that can change how we perceive our lives. But what does it mean to be truly grateful, and how can we cultivate this attitude in our daily lives? Imagine waking up each morning and taking a moment to appreciate the world around you. You might start by noticing the sunlight streaming through your window, the warmth of your blanket, or the sound of birds chirping outside. Each of these little things, often taken for granted, holds a special significance. In Buddhism, this practice of acknowledging the simple joys of life helps us reconnect with the present moment and enhances our overall sense of well-being. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have. It opens our eyes to the abundance in our lives, no matter how small it may seem. When we cultivate this mindset, we begin to notice how rich our lives truly are. This is particularly important in a world that constantly pushes us to want more. Instead of getting caught in the cycle of desire, gratitude teaches us to appreciate our current circumstances, fostering a sense of contentment that isn't easily shaken. In Buddhist practice, there's a powerful exercise known as the gratitude meditation. This involves sitting quietly and reflecting on the people, experiences, and things in our lives that we are thankful for. It could be a friend who supports you, a family member who loves you unconditionally, or even a stranger who smiled at you on a difficult day. Allow these feelings of gratitude to fill your heart. By doing this regularly, you train your mind to recognize and appreciate the positives, no matter how minor. When we express gratitude, we are not only uplifting ourselves but also those around us. A simple thank you can have a profound impact. It acknowledges the effort someone has put in, reinforcing the connection between us. This practice helps cultivate a sense of community and belonging, which is essential for our happiness. In Buddhism, the interconnectedness of all beings is a central theme. By expressing gratitude, we honor this connection, creating a positive ripple effect in our lives, in the lives of others. Gratitude also plays a crucial role in overcoming difficulties. Life is full of challenges and setbacks. When faced with adversity, it can be easy to focus solely on what's wrong. However, if we pause and reflect on the lessons we can learn from these experiences, we begin to see the silver lining. This shift in perspective allows us to grow from our struggles and appreciate the resilience we develop along the way. Buddhism teaches us about the impermanence of life. Nothing lasts forever, including our happiness and unhappiness. By practicing gratitude, we learn to cherish moments, knowing they are fleeting. This awareness encourages us to live more fully in the present. Each moment becomes precious, and we become more adept at finding joy amidst the chaos. Another important aspect of gratitude in Buddhism is the idea of metta, which means loving kindness. When we cultivate gratitude, we naturally begin to feel more compassionate towards ourselves and others. This loving kindness fosters a sense of goodwill and empathy, allowing us to connect deeply with those around us. When we express appreciation for others, it creates a bond that nurtures our relationships, making our lives richer and more meaningful. To incorporate gratitude into your daily routine, consider keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you are thankful for. They can be big or small. What matters is that you take the time to reflect on them. This practice will help you develop a habit of gratitude, allowing you to see the beauty in your everyday life. As you continue this journey, remember that gratitude is a practice. Like any skill, it takes time and dedication to cultivate. Don't be discouraged if it feels challenging at first. With patience, you will find that gratitude becomes a natural part of your mindset, bringing you closer to a state of lasting happiness. Finally, always be gentle with yourself. Sometimes it can be difficult to feel grateful, especially during tough times. It's okay to acknowledge those feelings without judgment. Gratitude does not mean ignoring pain or discomfort. Rather, it invites us to find balance amidst the storm. By recognizing and accepting our emotions, we can cultivate a more profound sense of gratitude for the journey of life itself. In conclusion, the role of gratitude in Buddhist practice is immense. It helps us appreciate the richness of our lives, fosters connections with others, and provides a powerful antidote to dissatisfaction. As we integrate gratitude into our daily lives, we become more resilient, compassionate, and ultimately happier. Remember, happiness is not a destination but a journey, and gratitude is one of the most beautiful paths we can walk. Developing patience and acceptance. Patience is a virtue that many people struggle with in our fast-paced world. We live in a society that thrives on instant gratification. We want everything done now, from our meals to our messages. But what happens when we encounter delays or obstacles? Frustration often creeps in, clouding our minds and stealing our happiness. This is where the wisdom of Buddhism can guide us toward a more peaceful and joyful existence. In Buddhism, patience is not just about waiting. It is about understanding and accepting the flow of life. When we cultivate patience, we learn to accept that things unfold in their own time, rather than how we want them to. Imagine you are waiting for a flower to bloom. If you rush it, you may damage the delicate petals or even the plant itself. But if you allow it the time it needs to grow, you will eventually be rewarded with its beauty. Life is much the same. We must trust the process. Acceptance goes hand in hand with patience. Accepting what we cannot change is a key aspect of Buddhist philosophy. Think about moments in your life when you face challenges. Did you resist and fight against them? Or did you take a step back and accept them for what they were? Acceptance doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means acknowledging reality without judgment. This shift in perspective can bring immense relief. When we practice acceptance, we also free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Imagine you are stuck in traffic on your way to an important meeting. Instead of letting anger and frustration consume you, you can choose to accept the situation. Use that time to breathe deeply, listen to music, or reflect on your day. This simple shift can turn an irritating moment into an opportunity for growth and mindfulness. Moreover, patience and acceptance can significantly enhance our relationships. When we learn to be patient with others, we create space for understanding and compassion. Perhaps a friend is going through a tough time and needs your support. Instead of expecting them to get over it quickly, practicing patience allows you to be present for them, offering a listening ear and a comforting heart. In the Buddhist tradition, the story of the Buddha himself exemplifies patience and acceptance. After attaining enlightenment, he faced many challenges while teaching others. He encountered skepticism, hostility, and misunderstanding. Yet, he remained patient and accepting, recognizing that everyone is on their own journey. His calm demeanor and understanding nature drew people to his teachings and allowed his wisdom to spread. Let's also consider the concept of impermanence, a fundamental teaching in Buddhism. Everything in life is temporary, including our feelings of frustration and impatience. Just like clouds pass in the sky, so too will our challenges. When we accept that nothing lasts forever, we can find peace in the midst of difficulties. This realization helps us remain patient, knowing that the storm will eventually pass. Practicing patience can be as simple as taking a few deep breaths when faced with a stressful situation. When you feel tension rising, pause for a moment. Inhale deeply, hold for a moment, and then exhale slowly. This practice brings you back to the present, allowing you to respond to the situation with clarity rather than reacting impulsively. Another powerful technique for developing patience is to cultivate gratitude. When we focus on the things we are grateful for, it shifts our mindset from one of lack and frustration to one of abundance and contentment. Each day, take a moment to reflect on the positive aspects of your life. This practice fosters a sense of patience as you realize that, even in difficult times, there are always things to appreciate. As you continue to cultivate patience and acceptance in your life, remember that it's a journey, not a destination. There will be times when you struggle and find it difficult to remain patient. That's completely normal. The key is to be gentle with yourself and recognize that growth takes time. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and keep moving forward. By embracing patience and acceptance, you can unlock a profound sense of peace and happiness. The teachings of Buddhism remind us that we are not in control of everything in our lives. However, we can control how we respond to the situations we face. When we choose patience, we create a pathway to understanding, compassion, and ultimately, a happier existence. So, the next time you find yourself feeling impatient or frustrated, take a deep breath and remind yourself of the lessons learned from patience and acceptance. Trust that everything is unfolding as it should, and allow yourself to find joy in the journey, not just the destination. Building resilience through Buddhist wisdom, life is a journey filled with ups and downs. Just like the changing seasons, we experience moments of joy and moments of sorrow. But how do we navigate these fluctuations without losing our balance? In Buddhism, resilience is not merely about bouncing back from difficulties. It's about cultivating a deep inner strength that allows us to face challenges with grace and composure. To begin with, let's consider the concept of impermanence. Everything in life is transient. Our happiness, our sadness, and even our relationships change over time. This understanding helps us to realize that no matter how tough a situation may seem, it will not last forever. Just like the clouds that temporarily obscure the sun, our troubles will eventually pass, revealing the light of happiness once again. This awareness allows us to approach challenges with a sense of calm, knowing that they are a part of life's ebb and flow. Another vital teaching is the practice of mindfulness. Being present in the moment helps us to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment. When faced with a difficult situation, instead of reacting impulsively, we can take a step back, breathe, and acknowledge our feelings. This pause gives us the space to respond thoughtfully rather than react emotionally. For example, if you find yourself overwhelmed with stress at work, instead of letting frustration take over, take a moment to breathe deeply. Focus on your breath and acknowledge the stress without trying to push it away. This simple act of mindfulness can create clarity in the midst of chaos, empowering you to tackle challenges with a clear mind. In addition to mindfulness, cultivating compassion, both for ourselves and others, can significantly enhance our resilience. When we face difficulties, it's easy to be hard on ourselves. We might think, I should be stronger, or I shouldn't feel this way. But Buddhism teaches us to be gentle with ourselves, recognizing that suffering is part of the human experience. By treating ourselves with kindness, we foster an inner environment where healing can occur. Moreover, extending compassion to others creates a supportive network. When we recognize that everyone faces struggles, we can approach them with empathy. This connection helps us feel less isolated in our hardships and strengthens our collective resilience. Another important aspect of resilience in Buddhist teachings is acceptance. Accepting our circumstances doesn't mean we condone them. Rather, it means we acknowledge reality as it is. Often, we resist situations that we cannot control, creating more suffering in our minds. By practicing acceptance, we can reduce this inner turmoil. For instance, if we lose a job, instead of dwelling on the loss, we can accept it as a part of our life's journey. This acceptance opens us up to new possibilities, allowing us to explore new paths that we might not have considered otherwise. Let's not forget the power of community in building resilience. In Buddhism, the Sangha, or community, plays a vital role. Surrounding ourselves with supportive and understanding people can make a significant difference in our ability to cope with challenges. Sharing our struggles with trusted friends or family members can lighten the burden we carry. They may offer insights or simply listen, reminding us that we are not alone. This sense of belonging fosters resilience and encourages us to keep moving forward, even when the going gets tough. Furthermore, the practice of gratitude is essential for resilience. In challenging times, it can be easy to focus on what we lack or what is going wrong. However, gratitude shifts our perspective, helping us recognize the positive aspects of our lives, no matter how small they may seem. By keeping a gratitude journal or taking a moment each day to reflect on what we are thankful for, we can cultivate a mindset that sees abundance instead of scarcity. This shift in focus strengthens our emotional resilience, enabling us to approach difficulties with a more positive outlook. As we explore these teachings, It's essential to remember that building resilience is a practice, much like meditation. It takes time, patience, and consistency. We may not become resilient overnight, but with each mindful breath, each act of compassion, and each moment of acceptance, we grow stronger. Ultimately, Buddhist wisdom teaches us that resilience is not about avoiding pain, but learning to embrace it as part of our journey. By cultivating a deeper understanding of ourselves and our experiences, we can navigate life's challenges with a sense of calm and confidence. So, the next time you face a hurdle, remember these principles of impermanence, mindfulness, compassion, acceptance, community, and gratitude. Allow them to guide you through the storm. With each step you take on this path, you'll find that your inner strength grows, and you become more resilient in the face of life's inevitable ups and downs. Embrace your journey, for it is through these challenges that we truly learn and grow. Embodying happiness, final reflections and encouragement. As we come to the end of our journey together, let's take a moment to reflect on what we have learned about happiness through the lens of Buddhism. Happiness is not a destination. It is a state of being that we can cultivate within ourselves. Each insight we've explored has been a stepping stone toward a deeper understanding of how to live a joyful and meaningful life. Throughout this series, we have discussed the nature of happiness and how it is often misunderstood. Many believe that happiness is tied to external circumstances, money, success, or relationships. However, Buddhism teaches us that true happiness comes from within. It's about cultivating a peaceful mind and a compassionate heart. It's about recognizing that happiness is not something we find, but something we create through our thoughts and actions. One of the key lessons we've learned is the importance of mindfulness. Being present in the moment allows us to appreciate life as it is, without constantly chasing after what we think will make us happy. When we practice mindfulness, we train our minds to focus on the here and now, noticing the beauty in simple things, a gentle breeze, a warm smile, or the laughter of a friend. By embracing the present moment, we can free ourselves from worries about the past or future. Another vital teaching is the power of compassion. When we extend kindness to others, we not only uplift them, but also enrich our own lives. Acts of kindness create a ripple effect, spreading joy and positivity. Remember, every small gesture counts. Whether it's helping a neighbor or offering a kind word to a stranger, these acts nurture our hearts and deepen our connections with others. Let's not forget the concept of impermanence. Everything in life is transient. Our emotions, our circumstances, and even our experiences. This understanding allows us to let go of attachments and accept change as a natural part of life. When we embrace impermanence, we learn to appreciate each moment without clinging to it, finding peace in the flow of life. Gratitude is another powerful tool on our path to happiness. By acknowledging and appreciating what we have, we shift our focus from what we lack to the abundance that surrounds us. Start each day by reflecting on 3 things you are grateful for. This simple practice can transform your outlook on life, making it easier to find joy even in challenging times. As we embody these teachings, we cultivate resilience. Life will inevitably present us with challenges, but our response to those challenges defines our experience. By practicing patience and acceptance, we learn to navigate difficulties with grace. Remember, resilience is not about never falling. It's about getting back up each time we do. Now, as we conclude this journey, I encourage you to integrate these teachings into your daily life. Take a moment to reflect on how you can apply mindfulness, compassion, gratitude, and acceptance in your own unique way. Each step you take toward embodying these principles will bring you closer to a life filled with genuine happiness. So, what does embodying happiness mean for you? It's about living authentically, aligning your actions with your values, and creating a life that resonates with joy. It's about sharing your light with the world and inspiring others to do the same. Remember, happiness is contagious. When you embody joy, you invite others to join you on this journey. As we part ways, I invite you to carry these teachings with you. Share them with others, inspire those around you, and continue exploring the depths of happiness through the wisdom of Buddhism. Life is a beautiful tapestry woven with moments of joy, and it's up to us to create the patterns we desire. Thank you for joining me on this journey with Wisdom Woven. If you found value in our discussions, please consider liking, commenting, and sharing this video with others. Your support helps us spread these teachings far and wide. And remember, subscribing to our channel ensures you stay connected as we continue to explore the wisdom that can lead us to a more joyful life. May you walk your path with an open heart, embracing each moment with gratitude and joy. Happiness is not just a fleeting emotion, it is a way of life. Go forth and embody it, radiating your light into the world.